So I've started to glue down the track. I got the switches down here and I've got a brick sitting on it while it dries. Now this piece of flex track here, what I'm going to do is lay the glue bed down, and then I can use this straight edge here to make sure that the track is actually straight, because if you run your eye down it, it's all over the place. Alright, so I'm just going to cut this one to length and then glue it down. Alright, so I've smoothed out the glue and covered the whole surface of the cork now. By smoothing it out, when it dries, parts that don't actually stick to the track will dry flat clear and you'll hardly see them at all. So I'm just going to put the track on, put it together with the joiners, slide it together. Okay. Just want to make sure these are touching me. Now, I shall use a straight edge and just push the flex track up against it. There we go. So I'm just going to put some weights on that now and we'll let it dry. Okay, so I've got a bit more track to lay, a couple of pieces of track, and what I was originally going to do is just cut all these ties out, and that would have meant a lot of work filling in all these ties. So I've got another piece of flex track and I custom cut the ties to fit in between the switch here, and I filed these ones back. So now I've only got to do this one little infill here, which should make my life a lot easier. Alright, so I'm going to keep going and I'm going to glue the rest of this track down. So while I'm waiting for the track to dry, I thought I'd go ahead now and install the switch-it. So I'm going to install it on top of the board like I have the panel here. And I've stuck it down with a bit of double-sided tape and it's just sitting there nicely. And I've drilled 3 holes in the board. The red and black here will be for track power. The middle ones will be switch 1 and switch 2. Now I'm just going to cut these now and wire them directly into the switch-it and see how it goes. Okay, so it's all wired up now. I've used these little clips here to hold the wires in place, and I've cut the wires to length and they're now installed. So I'm going to go ahead now and do the track feeder wires.